Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into an extraordinary cleaning challenge that many of us can relate to, yet few dare to face. We're at the home of a chain smoker, where the effects of years of smoking have turned this once cozy space into a cluttered, messy house. But don't worry, we're here to transform it into a clean and welcoming environment. Now let's take a moment to assess the situation. As we step inside, we're greeted by a scene that might overwhelm even the most seasoned cleaner. The air is thick with the smell of smoke, and every surface is coated with a layer of dust and grime. You can truly feel the weight of neglect hanging in the air. As we step inside the house, the overwhelming stench immediately hits us. The floor is littered with dog feces, scattered across every room. Piles of waste. The carpet is stained and caked with filth, making it nearly impossible to walk without stepping into something. It's clear that the situation has been neglected for a long time, turning the house into an unsanitary and uninhabitable space. The sight is truly shocking, and the smell is unbearable. took us hours of relentless work just to make a dent in the mess. We had to carefully move through each room, scooping up piles of dog feces and bagging them one by one. The sheer volume of waste was overwhelming, and the air was thick with the stench. Every surface seemed covered in dirt or trash, old food wrappers, discarded belongings, and garbage that had been left to accumulate for who knows how long. We scrubbed, swept, and disinfected, but it felt like a never-ending battle against the filth. Cleaning this place wasn't just a job, it was a full-scale restoration. The room was in complete disarray, with furniture and belongings strewn everywhere. Clothes were piled on the floor, mixed with books, broken electronics, and random items that looked like they'd been untouched for years. It was clear that the room had been neglected for a long time, and navigating through the chaos was nearly impossible without tripping over something. The sheer amount of clutter was overwhelming, making the space feel cramped and suffocating. Let's take a moment to reflect on why we started this journey. Perhaps you or someone you know struggles with keeping a clean home. You're not alone. Many people face similar challenges, and it's important to remember that change is possible. The kitchen was a disaster zone, with layers of blackened grease covering almost every surface. The stove was caked with years of built-up oil, and the cabinets above were sticky to the touch, coated with a thick layer of grime. The once white tiles on the backsplash were stained a dark, greasy yellow, and the grout lines were nearly black from years of neglect. As we started cleaning, it quickly became clear this wouldn't be an easy task. It took hours of hard work to bring the kitchen back to life, transforming it from a greasy, grimy mess into a clean, functional space once again. As I clean, I want to take a moment to talk about the emotional aspect of cleaning. For those living in cluttered spaces, it can be tough to know where to start. The thought of cleaning a messy house can feel daunting, but it's important to remember that every small step counts. Cleaning can be therapeutic. So if you're watching this and feeling overwhelmed by your own situation, I encourage you to take a deep breath and just start somewhere, even if it's just one small corner. Thank you all so much for watching. We truly appreciate your support. Remember, a clean space can bring a fresh start and a sense of peace. As a special gesture, our team decided to give the elderly man a small gift to brighten his day and show him that he's not alone. A clean space brings peace and a fresh start. If this video motivated you, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more inspiring transformations. Together, we can make a difference, one cleanup at a time. Stay tuned for more heartfelt cleaning transformations. moment you step inside this room, an overwhelming stench hits you like a wall of pure filth. It's a suffocating mix of old food, decaying garbage, and something I can't even describe. The air feels thick, like the room itself is gasping for a breath of fresh air. But here we are at Cleaning Hero Squad, ready to take on another extreme cleanup. And this one is beyond anything we expected. Behind this door is the bedroom of a young woman, a beautiful woman, but you'd never guess that by looking inside. Years of hoarding, neglect, and chaos have transformed her once livable space into an absolute disaster. Clothes are scattered everywhere, piles of trash reach knee-high, and the floor? Well, I think there's a floor somewhere under all of this, but we won't know for sure until we start digging. The moment we stepped into this room, we knew we were in for a fight. The dust wasn't just sitting there. It was waiting for us, challenging us like an ancient curse that had been sealed away for centuries. Every surface was coated in a thick layer of mystery dust, the kind that puffs into the air and makes you question all your life choices. Armed with microfiber cloths, heavy-duty vacuums, and the determination of 1,000 cleaning warriors, we went to war. We wiped, we scrubbed, we sneezed, a lot. At one point, it felt like the dust was fighting back. But in the end, Cleaning Hero Squad always wins. Now tell us, what's the dustiest thing in your house right now? Be honest. second we spotted that massive dust-covered dresser, we knew we were in trouble. Why does every heavy piece of furniture somehow glue itself to the floor over time? We pushed, we pulled, we questioned our life choices. At one point, I swear I saw the dresser smirk at us. But giving up, not an option. With teamwork, determination, and a few dramatic grunts, we finally moved it, only to reveal a hidden dust graveyard underneath. Thick layers of grime, dust bunnies the size of small pets, and an unidentifiable object that we definitely didn't want to touch. But in the end, the cleaning hero squad never backs down. What's the heaviest thing in your house that you dread moving? Be honest. Have you ever looked around and felt like your space was closing in on you? Clutter doesn't just take up physical space, it takes up mental space too. When we hold on to too much, we leave little room for peace, energy, and fresh beginnings. Today, let's remind ourselves that letting go is powerful. Whether it's old clothes, broken gadgets, or things you might use someday but never do, it's time to free yourself. A clean space means a clear mind, better focus, and a lighter heart. Plus, the satisfaction of seeing a freshly cleaned room? Priceless. Oh, and speaking of satisfaction, how do you like our bright, Mario-inspired outfits? We figured if we're diving into messes like plumbers, we might as well dress the part. Cleaning might not always be fun, but a pop of color and a little imagination makes everything better. So tell me, what's one thing you've been holding on to for too long that you know needs to go? After hours of nonstop work, we're finally here, and the difference is unbelievable. Take a look at this transformation. The trash is gone, the floor is visible again, and for the first time in a long time, this room actually feels like a place to live, not a place to survive. The air is fresh, the bed is made, and everything has its place. And most importantly, she has her space back, a chance to breathe again. And that's what Cleaning Hero Squad is all about. If this transformation inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe for more extreme cleaning makeovers. And tell us, what's the worst mess you've ever seen? Let's talk about it below. Good morning, Cleaning Hero Squad family. Welcome back to another incredible transformation journey. Today we're stepping into what can only be described as a real-life horror scene. As we approach the end of the year, there's a powerful motivation that drives us all, the desire for a fresh start. The chaos of the past months can weigh heavily on our minds and spirits, and what better way to embrace the new year than by decluttering our lives? There's something incredibly liberating about clearing out the old to make room for the new, both physically and emotionally. So I invite each of you to take action. Join us in this transformative journey. What's one area of your home that could use some decluttering? Let's share our goals and inspire one another as we welcome the new year with open hearts and clear spaces. Cleaning a kitchen can feel like an overwhelming task, especially when it's coated in layers of grease and grime. The kitchen is often considered the heart of the home, a place where meals are created and memories are made. However, when it's filled with sticky surfaces and stubborn stains, it can feel more like a burden than a blessing. Start by gathering your supplies: a good degreaser, warm soapy water, and a few microfiber cloths. Spray the greasy surfaces and let the cleaner sit for a few minutes to break down the grime. So let's roll up our sleeves, get our hands a little messy, and embrace the joy of a sparkling kitchen. Together, we can turn this greasy chore into a rewarding experience. What's your go-to cleaning tip for tackling kitchen grease? Let's share our best advice and motivate each other. Cleaning houses is a unique job that requires a special mix of skills, patience, and a good sense of humor. Picture our team, dressed in matching aprons and armed with vacuums, ready to face the day's challenges. One of the best parts of our job is encountering the unexpected, from discovering long-lost socks between couch cushions to finding a mystery stain that leaves us scratching our heads. Every day is an adventure. We often joke about needing a treasure map to find the kitchen counter again, and our laughter turns daunting piles of clutter into moments of fun. Over the past year, our team has encountered a wide range of homes, from those in dire straits to beautifully modern spaces. Each house tells its own story, reflecting the lives of the people who inhabit them. In some cases, we've walked into homes where clutter and neglect have taken over, transforming what should be a sanctuary into a source of stress. In others, we've seen pristine kitchens and inviting living rooms, yet we still recognize the importance of maintaining that cleanliness. Our mission is clear: to restore living spaces and create environments that foster comfort, joy, and peace. We'd love to hear from you. What has your experience been with cleaning and organizing your space? Have you encountered any surprising discoveries while tidying up? Share your thoughts and stories in the comments below. We can't wait to connect with you. Whether you're tackling a mountain of clutter or simply maintaining a tidy space, remember that you have the power to create an environment that brings you joy and peace. If you've enjoyed our journey and want to join us for more inspiring cleaning adventures, we invite you to subscribe to our channel. Together, we can tackle the mess and make every home a sanctuary. As we approach the new year, we wish you all happiness, health, and a fresh start in 2025. May your homes be filled with love, laughter, and cleanliness. Cheers to a beautiful new year ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, you are about to witness one of the most shocking hoarding cases we've ever tackled. Today, we're stepping into the home of a single mom who has been living in an extreme hoarding nightmare for years. The clutter has taken over every inch of her space, making daily life nearly impossible. The mess, the smell, the overwhelming amount of stuff. It's heartbreaking. But today, that all changes. She has finally reached out for help, and Cleaning Hero Squad is here to answer the call. We're rolling up our sleeves and diving into this shocking cleanup to give this hard-working mother a fresh start. So stay with us, because what we're about to uncover is going to leave you speechless. And the transformation, absolutely jaw-dropping. Let's get started. The walls of this home had been swallowed by layers of thick, black grime. Years of dust, smoke, and neglect had left their mark, turning once bright surfaces into a dark, depressing sight. Every touch left behind a stain. Every corner held the weight of time. Armed with powerful cleaners, scrub brushes, and sheer determination, we're stripping away the filth, revealing the clean, fresh surface hidden underneath. As the grime melts away, so does the heaviness in the air. With each stroke, the home begins to breathe again, transforming from a forgotten space into a place of warmth and renewal. Watching the walls go from blackened and lifeless to bright and spotless is nothing short of magical. Stepping into this home feels like stepping into a time capsule. Only instead of history, it's filled with years of extreme hoarding and dust-covered chaos. Every room is packed from floor to ceiling with forgotten belongings, towering piles of clothes and stacks of newspapers yellowed with age. The air is heavy, carrying the musty scent of neglect, and every step kicks up a cloud of dust that clings to everything in sight. The furniture? Buried. The kitchen? Completely unusable. It's heartbreaking to see how quickly a home can turn into a prison of clutter when life gets overwhelming. Have you ever seen hoarding this extreme? What would be the first thing you'd tackle in a home like this? Let us know in the comments below. Walking into this kitchen is like stepping into a nightmare. Thick layers of grease coat every surface, turning the countertops and cabinets into a sticky, grimy mess. The once shiny stovetop is buried under a blackened crust of burnt food and years of neglect. The air is heavy with a rancid stench, a mix of old cooking oil, rotting food, and mold creeping through the corners. And then there's the sink, completely clogged, covered in rust, and overflowing with dirty dishes that have been sitting for who knows how long. Flies buzz around the mess, and every step feels like a risk of slipping on years of built-up grease. Have you ever seen a kitchen this bad? What's the worst mess you've ever had to clean? Tell us in the comments. This once extreme hoarding disaster is now a clean, safe, and livable space. She told us this was the first time in years she's felt free. And that's what this is all about: giving people back their lives, their peace, and their happiness. If you were moved by this transformation, please support our mission by liking this video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to Cleaning Hero Squad. Every like, every share, every subscriber helps us reach more people who need our help. Until next time, stay safe, stay kind, and keep making the world a cleaner place. Today, we're stepping into a heartbreaking reality, one that many single mothers around the world face every day. Imagine working long hours to provide for your child, only to return home to a house drowning in mess, stress, and exhaustion. This is the reality for Sophia, a hardworking single mom who has reached her breaking point. She reached out to us, not just for a clean home, but for a lifeline. Her little baby, barely a year old, depends on her for everything. But between her job and the overwhelming clutter that has taken over her home, Sophia is struggling to keep up. So today, we're not just here to clean, we're here to bring peace, relief, and a fresh start for both mother and child. This is Cleaning Hero Squad, and we're about to turn this chaos into comfort. Let's get started. Believe it or not, this house is actually one of the easier ones we've tackled. Compared to the absolute disaster zones we've seen, this place is, well, relatively breathable. Sure, there's clutter everywhere, a few mysterious stains, and a mild avalanche of laundry waiting to happen, but hey, it's nothing we can't handle. Closets packed to the brim, kitchen cabinets filled with expired surprises, and let's not even mention the just-in-case pile in the corner that hasn't been touched in years. But don't worry, we're here to bring order to the chaos. What's the most random thing you've ever found while cleaning? Let us know in the comments. All right, folks, welcome to the bedroom jungle. where socks go missing forever, dust bunnies form secret societies. And the floor? Well, let's just say it hasn't been seen in quite some time. Locate the actual bed under this mountain of clothes. Found it. Turns out it does have a mattress. Who knew? Next up, tackling the nightstand, which is basically a time capsule of snack wrappers, empty cups, and at least 3 remote controls, but no one knows what they belong to. But don't worry, we're on it. By the time we're done, this room will feel like an actual sleep sanctuary instead of an obstacle course. What's the worst thing you've ever found hiding in your bedroom? Drop it in the comments. Hoarding, the ultimate game of Jenga, except instead of wooden blocks, it's stacks of newspapers from 2003, broken appliances, and a suspicious number of empty takeout containers. Let's talk about the hidden dangers of extreme clutter. First, there's the avalanche effect. One wrong move and boom, a mountain of who knows what comes crashing down. Then we have the mystery smell phenomenon. Somewhere, something has definitely gone bad, but locating it? That's a whole adventure in itself. And let's not forget the unwanted roommates, roaches, mice, and their entire extended families moving in rent-free. Jokes aside, hoarding can make daily life stressful and even hazardous. But don't worry, we're here to restore order, one dust-covered relic at a time. They say teamwork makes the dream work, but in our case, it makes the mess disappear twice as fast. When you're scrubbing, sweeping, and decluttering side by side, something magical happens. Suddenly, the job doesn't feel so overwhelming, or maybe that's just the cleaning fumes talking. One person tackles the mountain of dishes, another dives into the abyss of the junk drawer, and someone else, well, they're probably trying to escape a dust bunny ambush. But no matter what, we got each other's backs. The best part? The occasional, "Did you see this?" Cleaning alone is tough, but with a team, it's almost fun. Who's your go-to cleaning buddy, or are you a solo warrior? Let us know in the comments. Cleaning isn't just about removing dirt. It's about restoring peace, about giving people back the freedom to live without stress, without chaos. To every single parent out there who feels overwhelmed, who feels like they're drowning under the weight of responsibility, know this: you are not alone. If you love transformations like this and want to see more heartwarming cleanups, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story. This has been Cleaning Hero Squad. Happy New Year 2025, everyone. Welcome back to an exciting new chapter with the Cleaning Hero Squad. To kick off the year, we're tackling one of the most challenging and jaw-dropping cleaning transformations you've ever seen. Get ready for an unforgettable adventure. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the toughest, most jaw-dropping cleaning challenges yet. This house is in a state of complete chaos. The first thing you notice isn't just the mess visible from the outside, it's the overwhelming odor wafting through the air. It's strong, pungent, and almost unbearable. But beyond the mess lies a story of neglect, struggle, and resilience. We're here to give this home and its owner a fresh start. This isn't just about cleaning, it's about transformation. Ready to see the magic happen? Let's step inside and begin this incredible journey. This house tells a story of time standing still, a story of neglect, loneliness, and years of dust settling into every corner. As we stepped inside, the air was heavy with the stale smell of abandonment. Layers of grime coated the furniture, and cobwebs draped like curtains over forgotten belongings. The floors were buried beneath a blanket of dirt, and the once bright walls were now dulled by years of neglect. In just a matter of hours, this abandoned house was unrecognizable. It wasn't just clean, it was alive, ready to be loved and lived in once more. Moments like these remind us why we do what we do, turning chaos into comfort one house at a time. Many of the homes we step into are more than just messy. They're a reflection of lives overwhelmed by the weight of accumulated possessions. Rooms are filled wall to wall with items that have long outlived their purpose, yet hold sentimental value or the promise of maybe someday. As we work through these spaces, uncovering forgotten treasures and clearing away years of buildup, we can't help but wonder, what motivates people to hold on to so much? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you know someone who struggles with this? Or have you ever had a moment where you realized it was time to let go and declutter? Share your experiences with us in the comments. We're all in this together. As we stepped into this chaotic space, the sheer magnitude of the mess hit us like a wave. The floor was littered with countless empty beer bottles, their glass glinting under the dim light, creating a surreal landscape of discarded memories and lost nights. The unmistakable stench of stale beer hung heavily in the air, a potent reminder of the revelry that once filled these walls, now replaced by an overwhelming odor that made it hard to breathe. The sight was nothing short of heartbreaking. Years of dust had settled like a thick blanket, obscuring the once vibrant tiles beneath. In some corners, patches of rust were creeping in, a sign of the dampness that had taken hold, as if the house itself had been weeping for attention. With determination in our hearts, our team rolled up our sleeves and set to work. Armed with scrub brushes and heavy-duty cleaners, we tackled the grimy surfaces, each stroke of the brush revealing a glimpse of the beauty hidden beneath layers of neglect. The rust, once a symbol of despair, began to yield to our efforts, slowly transforming into a testament to resilience. Cleaning isn't just a chore for us, It's a passion that unites our team, and it's an experience we love sharing with everyone we meet. Our crew, predominantly made up of men who thrive on the physicality of this work, takes immense pride in transforming chaotic spaces into havens of order. With every dusty corner we tackle and every cluttered room we restore, we not only clean, but also connect with the stories of the homes we enter. Together, we embrace the joy of transformation, making every cleanup a shared adventure. Our team has been blessed with the opportunity to take on numerous cleaning projects for families facing extreme hardships and health challenges. Each of these experiences has profoundly impacted us, reminding us of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of community support. As we walk into homes filled with clutter and despair, we see not just the mess, but the weight of struggles that these families bear every day. Together, we strive to make this dream a reality for as many families as we can, knowing that our efforts can make a meaningful difference in their lives. As we dived into another chaotic cleanup, the atmosphere was electric with laughter and camaraderie. With dust flying everywhere and old treasures unearthed, our team couldn't help but share some lighthearted banter. It was moments like these that reminded us why we love what we do, transforming messy spaces and creating joy along the way. We may be there to clean, but we also know how to have fun. As we continued our work, we'd love to hear your funny cleaning stories or mishaps. Have you ever found something unexpected while cleaning? Or maybe you've had a laugh with friends while tackling a messy room? Share your stories with us in the comments. We can't wait to connect and share a few more laughs. What an incredible transformation this has been. From the overwhelming stench and mountains of clutter to a clean, welcoming home, this journey is a powerful reminder of what's possible with determination and effort. The Cleaning Hero Squad is here to prove that no mess is too big to tackle and no home is beyond saving. If this story inspired you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with anyone who might need a little motivation to take that first step toward a cleaner, brighter future. Thank you for joining us today. Hi there. Welcome to another exciting episode with the Cleaning Hero Squad. We're thrilled to have you back. Today, we're diving into something truly special, an ultimate deep cleaning challenge that will leave you in awe. Imagine a home in desperate need of love, clutter piling up, surfaces worn out, and chaos reigning in every corner. But don't worry, we're here to tackle it all. From creative renovation ideas to life-changing organization tips, we've got everything you need to turn mess into magic. Stick with us because by the end of this transformation, you'll not only see a spotless home, but also learn how to apply these tips in your own life. Ready to join us? Let's get started. As we step into the house, the first thing we notice is the overwhelming clutter. Shoes scattered near the door, stacks of papers on the dining table, and the faint smell of neglect lingering in the air. But let's not judge. Life happens. Sometimes the stress of daily routines, big life events, or simply feeling overwhelmed can lead to this. This house is a fresh start waiting to happen, and we're here to make it happen today. Let's begin with the basics. The first step in any deep cleaning is to declutter. We're diving into each room, sorting items into 3 categories: keep, donate, and toss. Take a look at this pile of items. It's amazing how much space these unused things take up. If you're cleaning at home, here's a pro tip. Be ruthless. If you haven't used something in a year, it's probably time to let it go. Walking into this house feels like stepping into a time capsule of neglect. The floors are coated in layers of hardened dust, so thick it almost feels like a second surface. Each step stirs up clouds, making the air heavy and suffocating. The kitchen is an entirely different beast. Grease and grime cling to every surface, forming a sticky, dark residue that seems impossible to remove. The stove and counters are buried under years of oil buildup, creating a daunting challenge for any cleaner. It's a scene that would overwhelm most, but it also holds the promise of transformation, a space waiting to shine again. This is the kind of challenge that truly tests the strength, patience, and determination of a cleaning hero. No matter how overwhelming the mess may seem, remember, every small step forward is progress. Cleaning isn't just about tidying up. It's about reclaiming your space and creating an environment where you can thrive. You have the power to transform chaos into comfort, one task at a time. As we tackle this challenge together, I want to hear from you. What motivates you when cleaning? Is it music, a podcast, or just the satisfaction of seeing the results? Share your tips and stories in the comments. Let's inspire each other to keep going. You're not alone in this journey, and together we can make any space shine. The transformation is nothing short of magical. As our team scrubs, polishes, and wipes away years of grime, the true beauty of each object begins to shine through. The once dull and stained surfaces are now gleaming, reflecting the light and bringing the space back to life. It's moments like these that remind us of the power of hard work and determination. It's so rewarding to see the white sparkle return, like a little victory in every corner we clean. What's the toughest cleaning challenge you faced, and how did you conquer it? Share your stories with us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Let's keep motivating each other to make every space a little brighter. Tackling yellowed surfaces and stained tiles is like uncovering hidden treasure. As we work through layers of discoloration, the original beauty of the furniture and flooring begins to shine. Each scrub and wipe feels like a small triumph, turning dull, lifeless surfaces into something fresh and inviting. It's proof that even the toughest stains can't stand up to determination and the right technique. For stubborn tile stains, mix equal parts baking soda and white vinegar to create a paste. Apply it to the affected area, let it sit for 10 minutes, and then scrub gently with a brush. It works wonders. What's your go-to cleaning hack for tough stains? Share your tips in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and keep the sparkle alive. Keeping a clean and organized home isn't just about aesthetics. It's about fostering a healthy environment for both your body and mind. Letting clutter build up can often be a sign of deeper struggles, like stress or mental health challenges. It's important to address not just the mess, but also the reasons behind it. Remember, a tidy home leads to a clear mind. Start small, tackle one corner at a time, and don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it. Maintaining this habit can improve not just your surroundings, but your overall well-being. Have you or someone you know ever struggled with hoarding or excessive clutter? How did you handle it? Let's talk about it in the comments. Sharing can help us understand and support one another better. cleaning isn't always just hard work. It can be full of laughs too. One time our team came across a vacuum cleaner that had been left untouched for so long it refused to turn on. After a quick inspection, we discovered it was jammed with candy wrappers, old socks, and even a toy car. We all had a good laugh imagining the vacuum's snack collection, and after fixing it, we named it Dusty the Snack Hunter. Moments like these remind us that even the dirtiest jobs can bring unexpected joy and memories. What's the funniest thing you've ever found while cleaning? Share your stories in the comments. We'd love to hear about your unexpected discoveries. After the final wipe and the last piece of clutter is removed, we take a moment to step back and admire the transformation. The house feels alive again, fresh, clean, and filled with new energy. As a team, we sit down to reflect on the journey, evaluate the results, and celebrate every corner that went from chaos to calm. It's incredible to see how much change can happen with effort, teamwork, and determination. And remember, no matter how overwhelming it might seem, every small step brings you closer to your goal. If you found today's tips helpful, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the Cleaning Hero Squad. Share this video with friends or family who might need a little cleaning inspiration. See you soon.